Of course you can. Well, maybe you can. Can you? Hey everybody, it's Paul, 125 Roller Coaster Challenge. We're here at our home park, Hersheypark. And today we are actually going to do something that our name says. We're going to do a challenge. So in our comment section over here on YouTube, we get a lot of people asking, can you actually do all 15 roller coasters in one day at Hersheypark? And we're like, you know what? We should be able to do that, but can we actually? So that's what today is. We're going to try to ride all 15 coasters in one day. Now, with that being said, we do have a couple advantages. So first of all, we are season pass holders, so we actually have what they call Sweet Start, where you actually can get into the park a half hour early, actually an hour early. So that's going to help us out a bit. And also, we are here on a Tuesday in middle of August. So how does that help us out? Well, Tuesdays are historically one of the slowest days here at the park. So that's an advantage. But the other aspect too is at the end of August, most people's vacations are done. So it's not going to be as crowded as it usually is. So basically what I'm saying is, if we can't get the 15 coasters today, there's no day you can get the 15 coasters without the Fast Pass. And if you're coming on a Saturday, don't even bother trying, because you're never going to get it on a Saturday. So one last thing I want to say is I'm saying 15 coasters. Now, if you go on Roller Coaster Database, you're looking and you're saying, wait a second, there's only 14. Well, we count Lightning Racer as 2 because you can operate one without the other. I actually saw that done earlier this year. So sit back and relax as we try to ride all 15 roller coasters here at Hersheypark in one day. All right, so before we actually get into the park for Sweet Start, I wanted to pretty much let you know what my phase 1 plan is. All right, so phase 1 is going to be, what do I want to accomplish when I go to Sweet Start? So 5 coasters are open for Sweet Start. So you got Sky Rush, you got Candymonium, you got Comet, Super Duper Looper, and Coco Cruiser. Now, most people are going to think, hey, you know what? What's logical would be to go after the big boys. I'm actually going to go the opposite direction here, and I'm actually going to go after the Comet first. Now, why would I do Comet first? Well, Comet has one of the lowest height requirements. So throughout the day, it always has a big line because there's so many kids that want to jump on the Comet. So I want to knock that one out first. Second is going to be Super Duper Looper. Now, the reason for that is historically it's not a really popular ride, but I noticed that over the last 2 years it's gotten more and more popular, and waiting 45 minutes for Looper just doesn't seem right. And last but not least, I'm going to go for Coco Cruiser, mainly because that is a family coaster and I don't want to be waiting in line with 30 little kids to get on this thing. So the top 3 for phase 1 is going to be Comet, Super Duper Looper, and Coco Cruiser. Now, right now it is about 9:15, so hopefully when I get in there I'll have a half hour to knock that out. Let's see how it goes, but as you wait to see how it goes, time for a montage. All right, so we got about 10 minutes left to Sweet Start, and our original plan was to knock out Comet, which we did, and Super Duper Looper, but both of them, there's a lot of small kids here. So instead of going for Coco Cruiser, there goes the bear, I'm gonna actually work on getting on Sky Rush, since to be more of a walk-on. So hopefully we can knock out 3 here. All right, so Sweet Start is almost over, and we were able to knock out the Hollow. So the Comet was the first one. Number 2 was, of course, Super Duper Looper. And number 3 was Sky Rush, which wasn't the original plan, but you know what? Plans are made to be broken. So at this point, phase 2 is me to run to the back. However, I am so close to Great Bear, and Great Bear always seems to get a big line. And I know it's operating, so I'm gonna run over here when it opens up to, oh, actually, that path is actually closed. So back to our original plan, which is going to be head to the front and head all the way to the back and try to knock out Laugh Track, which is another really slow dispatch. So looking at you right there, you can see we have Comet, Super Duper Looper, and Sky Rush. My thoughts on them real quick here. Comet, slow dispatches, but it's a classic. A lot of small kids. So with Sweet Start, seems to be a lot of kids that keep coming here. Super Duper Looper is running good. Solid ride there. Skyrush is running a little bit rough. A lot of creaking and stuff like that. So Skyrush is still the best out of the three, but could be easily beat as we go throughout the day. All right, time for another montage as we head to the back of the park. All right, so you know how plans get changed? Well, we were able to walk on Storm Runner, and actually I was the first one on Jolly Rancher Remix, which is a big deal because this is such a low capacity ride that to knock those out pretty quick, pretty much 10 minutes, 15 minutes into the park opening is great. So pretty much an hour, 15 minutes in the park, we're already at 5. And I'm gonna head over to Fahrenheit because that one's another one that kind of gets backlogged. So yeah, the original plan was to head to the back and do stuff, but pretty much the path that I took going that way pretty much dumped us right here, perfectly knocking out these two low capacity rides. All right, so we are now closing on almost 11 o'clock here, so it's about an hour in. We got our 6th coaster, which is Fahrenheit. However, the crowds actually caught us there, so we were pretty lucky in the beginning. We were actually able to get 3 done on the Sweet Start, and then we knocked out Jolly Rancher Remix and Storm Runner, but it was about a 35-40 minute wait to get on Fahrenheit, which is always a low capacity ride, so it's 12 there. So there's only 12 per car, as you can see right there going through. So because there's only 12 there, it's always low capacity, it's always a big line. So we got 5 really quick, and then we just hit Fahrenheit, and Fahrenheit really put the brakes on things. But with that being said, it's now 11 o'clock, so jumping in lines is not really going to be a benefit. So what I'm going to do is actually kind of slow down a little bit there. I'm going to head to the back of the park, but first thing I'm going to do is go grab some lunch. So that way I can actually utilize 2 meals, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to be here for a while. But yep, definitely 2 hours in. We have 6 coasters done, 9 more to go. All right, so I just grabbed lunch. My favorite place there, the Philly cheesesteak on a roll, company on a roll. Always make sure I hit that spot when I'm on my way, but I'm over here, like I said, I went to the food court. Right there is Philly cheesesteak on the roll. And then I just realized, okay, I went backwards to actually get some food. So why not see if I can jump on Coco Cruiser quick and knock off the most embarrassing credit of the day, because let's be honest, when you're a single male, advanced age, and you're jumping on a Coco Cruiser, that could be a little bit of a challenge with people staring at you. So if you're familiar with where I am on the park right now, I'm over at the Play Dome and heading out there. Right there's the claw. So let's go check out Coco Cruiser and see if we can knock out the kiddie coaster, for lack of a better word, here at the park. But so far we got 6 done, and it's been about an hour, 10 minutes or so. I eat quick, by the way. With that being said, out of the 6 that we did, my top 3 would have to be the Intamins. I'm going to go with Storm Runner number 1. Skyrush was a little bit rougher, so dropped down to number 2, and then number 3, of course, is Fahrenheit. So that's where I am right now. The other ones that we did so far are Jolly Rancher Remix, which is my least favorite, and then Comet and Looper are kind of the same. But all right, let's go see how everything is going to shape up over here by Coco Cruiser. All right, so I'm going to abort this plan right now because that line is fairly big for Coco Cruiser. So we're going to go back to our original plan, which is the back of the park, and I'm probably going to go aim for laugh track, which is going to be simply brutal, but it's kind of what we need to do here. So I have a feeling Coco Cruiser is going to be a tough one later on tonight, but I'm in the mood to see how many of these I can knock out. And when you go to the back of the park, you've got 2 lightning racers, you've got Wild Mouse, you've got Wildcats Revenge, and you've got laugh tracks. So that's 5 right there. So I might as well knock those out now before noon if I can. All right, so a good start ended up in being pretty bad here. If you look right here, this is Lightning Racer with a line, and you figure like, why is Lightning Racer got a line? Well, they only have Thunder going, they don't have Lightning. So you've got Jolly Rancher Remix, which is horrible dispatches. You've got one train going with Lightning Racer. So I'm gonna try to regroup the only way I know how to when I'm at Hersheypark, because right now we're still stuck at 6 because Coco Cruiser was kind of brutal. Jolly Rancher Remix, I thought I was going to be able to do it. I had to abort it. It was just horrible dispatches there. So that guy on the hill there, the shining tower on the hill, Wildcats Revenge, will hopefully be number 7. And if I'm going to wait in a giant line, it might as well be there. But I would think a Tuesday in August, we would have been able to knock this out. But I'm starting to doubt. And of course, we're not going to be able to knock out all 15 because Lightning Racer is only one train going. So which yet again proves my point that it is 2 different credits, because you can actually have Thunder going without Lightning. But like I said, if I'm going to actually do this, let me jump on the Mouse, see how bad the Mouse is. If I can knock out the Mouse, that'll be a little better there. But you figure August people will be in the water park, figure Tuesday would be less people. But it's kind of ridiculous. I'm really thinking that there's no way, because right there's Mouse, and the Mouse is 2 or 3 deep. So I'm gonna jump on Mouse, and then I'll jump over to Wildcats Revenge, and then I'll reassess and see where we're at. All right, so it's now noon, and we just finished our 7th coaster, which is Wild Mouse. Now, why did it take me an hour? Well, originally I was going to grab some food, so I was about 15 minutes there. But then Jolly Rancher Remix was mobbed, and so was Lightning Racer. So we only knocked out 1 in the last hour, but we are at 7. So I'm going to try to knock out the next 3 in the next hour, and we're going to start it off with Wildcats Revenge. So fingers crossed. All right, so it's about a 35-minute wait, but Wildcats Revenge is flying today. Never really complained about the wait on that guy. So we are about halfway done with our coasters. That was number 8. Might not be halfway done with the time, but we are definitely halfway done with the coasters. So I got Wild Mouse done, and then we just knocked out Wildcats Revenge. It is now 12:40, so we're going to head over to Lightning Racer. Hopefully knock out 1 more in this hour to at least have 2 gone from this past hour. So fingers crossed, but we are at 8 coasters out of 15 total. So not a bad ratio so far. All right, so it is now about 1:10, and they are only down to 1 train right now. So it took about 30 minutes, 35 minutes to get through Thunder, which is our 9th coaster of the day. But with that being said, Lightning is not going. So I wonder who's going to win this one. Probably Thunder, but with Lightning not going, I'm going to do a little bit of an educated guess here. Even though it was about 30 minutes for 1, I'm actually going to add 30 minutes time-wise. Even though it's probably half that because of there's usually 2 trains going, so the line should be cut in half. But 30 minutes, we're going to probably add 20 minutes there. So basically at this point, when we're done for the day, we're going to add 20 minutes on there and see exactly, here comes Thunder right now, see exactly kind of, can we actually do it? I don't think it's going to be a major factor on if we can actually do it. Oh, Dark Knights is here, yay. All right. But like I said, all in all, it was about a half-hour wait. It's usually a lot less. What I think is funny is nothing really wakes you up as to crowd size until you actually see a line like that for a lightning racer. And the ironic part is they actually got rid of the old queue because there was never really a line like this. So yet again, people, it is Tuesday, so it's a little shocking that you got that big of a line for lightning racer. But that is our 9th coaster of the day. Now we're going to head over to Knockout Laugh Track, which I'm not a big fan of, but you know what? If I can knock it out, that's another win for me. All right, finally just finished Laugh Track there. So if you ever want to lose an hour of your life, definitely look at that line. So if you look at that line, it's actually not too bad of a line, but it's such a slow dispatch that it literally takes forever to get through that dispatch here. So, but we are done, which is great. Like I said, that was an hour. So I highly recommend that you hit that one early if you are looking to do it. So that's number 10. So we're looking at what we still got left here. We got Great Bear, we got Candymonium, we got Coco Cruiser, we got Trailblazer. And like I said, we can't do the Lightning because Lightning's down. So we're gonna head over and let's knock out Trailblazer. That'll probably be our next best one here. So let's give you a nice little montage to enjoy while we walk all the way to Trailblazer. Alright, so we just got off the Trailblazer. It's a little bit after 3 o'clock now, and I wanted to show you something here. So when I was coming down this way, they said it was a 10-minute wait for Trailblazer, right? So we got in, and I jumped in line. I didn't believe it because it looked like this, but you know, might as well. But here's something you never see. There's actually a queue for Trailblazer. So usually this is walk-on 2 years ago, but here you literally have a queue line for Trailblazer. So to tell you the truth, it was not 10 minutes. It was actually about a half hour. And that was also because I was lucky because I was able to jump ahead 2 trains because of being a single rider. So all in all here, we'll show you a little bit of footage of Trailblazer. Still love it. Still my first ride, Kai's still ride, first ride and Ari's first ride. But this is the second oldest coaster in the park. And I love the fact that they kept it around and turned it more into a family ride there. So we got 3 more to go. It's about 3 o'clock. So I think now we're going to head up to Great Bear, which was actually blocked off before. So let me see if I can jump on that. But I might as well give you another montage to enjoy. Alright, so we just got off Great Bear. It is now almost, let me check my watch here. It's almost 4:30, 4:35 now. And crowds are definitely there. I still got 2 more to go. Coco Cruiser. But I want to show you this. This is, yet again, a Tuesday. I'll be honest with you. I really thought it was going to be easy today. Full disclosure, I thought, oh, okay, it's a Tuesday, August. We'll be able to hit it. And you know, Sweet Star was definitely a bonus and all that, but this is a huge line here. Now, it wasn't quite this big when I got in it. It was only 1 deep, so it's actually still growing, if you can believe it. But this is a Tuesday, August here, so I do have 2 more coasters to do. Technically 3, but like I said, Lightning was off for Lightning racers, but we got 2 more to go, and one's a kiddie coaster. And then we're going to end over at Candymonium. And then we'll have our final assessment. But now, if you're looking for coasters that, you know, well, I was thinking about the coasters. Well, right now, my top one is Wildcat's Revenge. Second one right now would probably be Storm Runner. That was running really good. And then the next one would probably be close between, Skyverse is really good, but it was really rough. But Fahrenheit isn't quite as good. So I'm going to go with Storm Runner there. This is Drop Towers. So yet again, the crowds are a lot busier than I thought they would be. So now I'm going to cut across here by the Aqua Theater mainly because that's the easy way for me to get across. So very glad I ate earlier, because I was feeling right about now the lines at the food courts, like that one right here, are kind of crazy. So, but yeah, here's a nice little cut across here. If you don't know the park that well, this will take you right over to Coco Cruiser and the bumper cars and all that. So, all right, let's see how bad Coco Cruiser is going to be. All right, if you want to talk about not having bang for the buck, not the guy in the background, that one's definitely worth it, but this is Coco Cruiser, and got my ride on that. Kind of like the guy in the back row there. I was actually in the middle, but it only took about 20-25 minutes, which yet again it puts us, you know, pretty much rush hour here. But line wasn't quite as bad as a lot of the other places today, which is good, because earlier when I stopped by it was pretty brutal. But like I said, all in all, it's a kiddie coaster, but we got it. So it's almost 5 o'clock and we've got one more to go. So we have to head all the way to the front. So the first coaster you see is the last one. Now, the original plan, yet again, going back to the plan, was I can hit that around 1 or 2 o'clock and jump on it quick, and while everybody else is deep in the park. But now we're getting to a point where people are starting to leave. So I don't know how bad Pandemonium's going to be, but that is the last one we need to do. Like I said, we are at 13 ridden, 14 if you do the math, and I definitely have my assessment on can you actually, for lack of a better word, can you actually do all 15 coasters in a day? Yeah, we're going to do it, but there's some things I do want to talk about then. So, and look at this, people are still coming into the park. Must be after work and they're jumping in real quick. So this has been ridiculous for a Tuesday. Definitely learning a lot about when a good day to come to Hersheypark is. I think never, or come in the morning. The morning wasn't too bad, and I'm sure later on tonight before it closes wouldn't be too bad. But like I said, the fact that all these people are still coming in and it's almost 5 o'clock is kind of sick. So all right, let's go see Pandemonium and kick our challenge. All right, I think that says everything we need to say here. 100 minutes, so it is close to 6:30, and we did kick it. So we got all the coasters that we needed there, but the fact that it took that long, I'm going to go shake this off, grab myself a pizza to go, and then we're going to have a final assessment as I leave this park. All right, we just left Hersheypark, and it is a lot later than when we came in here. So final assessment here. So it is about 6:20 right now, so we're going to round to 7 o'clock because with Lightning Racer, we got to add a half hour, which is probably a little bit longer than it would have been with double capacity, but we're just going to round to 7. So first question, can you actually do all 15 coasters in one day? Yes. Yes, you can. I've done it. Pretty much, it has been proven true. But with that being said, still a little bright here, so let me make it a little dimmer. That being said, I got here at 9 o'clock in the morning, and I had an hour where I knocked out 3 coasters that are usually slower than most. I knocked out Sky Rush, I knocked out Comet, which is always an hour wait, and I knocked out Super Duper Looper, which has continuously been a long wait. So without Sweet Start, I don't really think I would have been able to pull it off today on that end. Second, this is a Tuesday in August. So with that being said, with it being a Tuesday in August, you would think that the crowds would not have been that crazy, but they were pretty crazy today. Some of these lines I saw, especially with going back to there for a quick laugh track, was crazy. Pretty much the Trailblazer, I've never seen Trailblazer like that. So with that being said, yes, I was able to do it, but I had the most favorable setups for this. So I can really say that if you're here and you're trying to do all the coasters, because the other thing you gotta do too is I only really took one food break, and I think I took 2 bathroom breaks. So I literally was going the entire time going coaster, coaster, coaster. That was all I was doing. And yet again, it took 9-10 hours. So with that being said, I really don't think you can do it unless you do what I did. To come on a Tuesday and have that sweet start, because I think without the sweet start, you could have added probably 2 hours to the weights. Especially with walking on Jolly Rancher Remix, I think that is almost impossible. So, and the only reason I was able to do that was because of the sweet start, because I jumped right into the line there. So, final assessment, yes, you can do it, but going to be really tough to do. Now, top 5 coasters. Number 5, Great Bear. Number 4, Sky Rush. Let's go with number 3, Candymonium. Number 2, Storm Runner. And number 1, of course, Wildcat's Revenge. That's the only one I thought was worth the wait, and that was even just a half hour. Less than a lot of the lesser coasters. So, once again, if you like what we do, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. And we can't wait to see you in the queue. And stay tuned for our next video.